It's just fantastic. Captain's Log, Subdates 210317.3. The route to Magog's anus, as I've now dubbed it, will take us an extra week of travel, so I've tasked Tactical to increase the yield of the torpedoes so as to ensure maximum damage to Magog's anus. Within the acting and movie industries, every year there are some major awards that are handed out. Over the last 5 years there have been many arguments when it came to representation. For the Oscars it was diversity, which has been rectified this year, which 100% doesn't at all make anyone look like an affirmative action selection. More notably in music, the Grammys are considered the big one. Last week, artist The Weeknd, I think that's the name, said he was going to make sure his label did not put his music forward for any future Grammys because he himself was not nominated for one. There's a word for this. It sounds like salty. Well, the Grammys have happened, and there were winners. Beyoncé now has the most wins. Her daughter has a win. That's about all I know, actually. We in the UK don't care about the Grammys as much. We have the Brit Awards. But also, since I'm a metalhead, I really don't care about the Grammys because they don't care about metal. We know this because when they paid respects to those who are no longer here, they gave Eddie Van Halen about 5 seconds. One of the greatest guitar players of all time, and you gave him 5 seconds. It was disrespectful, let's go with that. Then again, as the Grammys has become nothing more than R&B hip-hop nonsense, which is considered the popular music, it's hardly surprising rock would get so little attention. There is only one real category for those who are in that field, and the only winners I know more recently were Mastodon. I love Mastodon, by the way. As with all award shows, there are ratings. This year's Grammys got one of the worst ratings ever, and this got many people wondering whether or not, because the Grammys have gone woke, they themselves will start to go broke. I personally don't care. But I am intrigued by the fact that Bill Burr, stand-up comedian who did defend Gina Carano, not a fan of Star Wars but was in The Mandalorian, which was quite funny, he himself has spoken up a little during the Grammys and it led to people trying to cancel him, so much so he was trending on Twitter. But I would point out now, people trying to cancel Bill Burr are up there with those on TikTok who are trying to cancel Eminem. You're not going to do it. It won't work. Like 3-chorded punk rock trying to kill the metal. They failed. Many people like Bill Burr for a few reasons. More notably because he's very blunt with how he delivers things. Here's an example.
I gotta tell you, the way white women somehow hijack the woke movement, generals around the world should be analyzing this. Just to refresh your memory, the woke movement was supposed to be about people of color not getting opportunities, the at-bats that they deserve, finally making that happen. And it was about that for about 8 seconds. And then somehow, white women swung their Gucci-booted feet over the fence of oppression.
I wonder if this video gets copyright claimed for that clip. If it does, I am so sorry. So what is it that Bill Burr said at the Grammys that got him in hot water, air quotes, by the salty snowflakes of Twitter this time? It was this.
Was I the only one who wanted to kill himself during that piano solo? I bought a suit for this. I thought I was going to be on TV. I'm such a moron. I am losing so much money right now. All right, shout out to all the rock stars that I wanted to meet tonight who are watching at home instead. I'm talking to you, Don Dawkins. All right? What? I'm old. That was my first concert. All right, here are the next categories. All right. Hey, how many feminists are like going nuts? So why is this cis white male doing all this Latino stuff?
The part of that I really enjoyed was the fact that he clearly did not want to be there, and it showed. So what did some people say about this? Well, I've got a few tweets, don't worry. Bill Burr is the perfect example of why white men deserve to be kept in cages. I'd like to, yeah, actually that was good. Next, Bill Burr is not funny. What he said was not funny. He said something triggering. ban Bill Burr. Actually, just ban white men. A disgrace. Like your lack of grammar. Bill Burr is a name, therefore capital B. Start of a sentence, also capital B. Actually capital A. Then again, your sentence is, yeah, you have 250 characters, and you still couldn't do a sentence. And final tweet I want to reference here. People who think being an offensive asshole on purpose is funny are the actual least humorous people alive. Like, just say you don't have a comedic bone in your body, instead Bill Burr. I'm starting to see a trend here. Leah to the power of 7, and the others all to the power of 7. You don't grammar. You have 250 characters, you still had characters left over, and you still can't do it. It's quite funny to me. Can't you tell from the smile on my face? This, though, wasn't the end of it. There was a tweet. Just one. Well, two. But one. And it was a reply to something else. Amber, Gen Z, calling Bill Burr a racist, with two emojis I don't know the names of. Bill Burr and his beautiful wife, Naya. Here is a picture of Bill Burr and his beautiful wife. They look happy. To which Clayburn Griffin replies, while I'm not suggesting Bill Burr is a racist, a white man having a non-white wife can sometimes be a sign of racism. So you shouldn't assume someone isn't racist just because they own a minority sex servant. They may very well have one because they are racist. As a minor segue from this, but it does tie in, there is a boxer called Lucas Brown. He's an Australian heavyweight who won a world title. He himself, big and white. He himself has been called racist many times for being critical of boxers like Dillian Whyte in back and forths. Well, he, like Bill Burr, is also married to someone who is not white. He himself has children that are also not white. But it amused me because people made that same argument against Lucas Brown about having a minority sex servant. Speaks volumes about you, Clayburn Griffin, that you would make such an assertion with no knowledge of Bill Burr and his wife, or his children, which is something many people pointed out to you in the replies. All 311 according to the archive tweet where you've only got 12 likes. Some also saying, you still have time to delete this. Not anymore, I archived it. And at time of recording, now has 12,000 quote retweets. This is something quite special. All because he made some jokes at the Grammys. That's all it was. And honestly, the triggered response of, "You're just not funny, bro," and of course that his wife is a sex servant, are absolutely delicious. Specifically to Clayburn Griffin, I want to make a point. Your argument dehumanizes another person, which in turn is by definition racist, because you have discriminated against somebody based on the color of their skin, and in this context, it's not Bill Burr, it was his wife. Congratulations, Clayburn Griffin, you are officially a racist and an absolute smeghead. You don't get my #1 worst YouTuber award, because you're not a content creator. You're just a blue check mark with a very low follower base. I've got more than you, yet you've got the blue check mark, okay. That said something incredibly racist, which is also simultaneously hilarious. Now, as we're done, I do want to know what you all think. What did you think about the Grammys? Why do you think the ratings are going down? And what do you think of Bill Burr, by extension, Clayburn Griffin? Please do let me know in the comments down below. As a final thing, I'm going to be on Twitch tonight. If I don't see you there, have a fantastic day, and thank you all very much for listening.